Hello, Assalamualaikum everyone. Let us continue our lesson for chapter 10 that is on managing research and development project. In this chapter, there are 6 specific learning objectives for us to discover, which are to recognize the changing nature for R&D management, recognize the factor that influence the decision whether to undertake internal or external research and development activity, to recognize the value of providing scientific freedom, to examine the link between product innovation process, to recognize the significance of evaluating research and development project, and finally, to explain how prior knowledge affects from ability to acquire external developed technology. This chapter focuses on the key research and development activity in a company. It shows that these have changed significantly over the past few decades. Traditionally, emphasis has been placed on the internal research and development activity. Today, however, there is an increase in the use of external R&D function. For example, the use of contract research and development, consortia development, strategic alliances, and joint ventures programs form a large form of R&D management activities, which not involve only foreign internal participation, but as well as external participations. You need to consider carefully this activity and the advantages and limitations of such approaches. Refer to Figure 10.1 neatly that captures the range of options available for R&D managers. You should have an in-depth understanding of science and technology function. Hence, the economic view of science and technology is probably the one that dominates the thinking. This view holds that science can be bought and sold like any other commodity in the marketplace. Unfortunately, this is rarely in this case. Like for example, refer to John Howell's 1998, the technical director for 3M makes clear on the statement that innovation needs to be planned. It cannot be turned on and off like a light switch. Therefore, it is quite challenging to look at the dominant economist view that stimulates some passionate debates. In some instances, the amount of control of the technology is fundamental to the business. That is technology that provides a means for differentiations. A company which offer differentiation strategy are said to be well versed or good in their business performance. In other cases, it is not important. Figure 10.3 illustrates that point. Please discover on your own and read the online books that is provided to you. This chapter also examines the dilemma of the needs to provide scientific freedom, on the other hand, and achieve an effective return from R&D investment. The use for formal planning technique for R&D is viewed by many of the paradox view. You must at first believe that the introduction of any planning would surely stifles creativity or develop creativity and innovation. It is important, therefore, to stress for R&D department that with a limited function, with unlimited funds, and they have to do some planning and controlling. Indeed, it can be beneficial as it helps to provide the structure and the targets for research projects. Figure 10.4 illustrates the accepted practice in many R&D intensive industries. Research and development play a considerable role in the product innovation process. Indeed, there is an often continuous interaction between R&D throughout throughout the developments of the product itself. One issue that we can look into is that normally we don't really appreciate on the risk for R&D. Yeah, R&D investment is not considered to be high risk investment, where benefits may or may not be resolved. In virtually all cases, especially within all the open market out there, a research project will lead for an improvement. It is usually the scales of the improvement that we don't know. It is unknown. That might be the secret recipe for the developments of the firms or company. And finally, this chapter considers many ways of funding R&D activity. The approach adopted by company will significantly affect the way R&D is perceived within and outside of the company. If R&D is only funded when the company is profitable, it may be viewed as a luxurious effort or activity. Something for you to ponder is actually on the technology of a road mapping. A technology roadmap is essential plan or a guideline that match the short-term and long-term goal with specific technology solution to help to meet that particular goals, as mentioned by Calvoja et al. 2013. The concept have evolved into a methodology to help firms and managers to align investment in technology and new developments of capabilities so that they are able to fully exploit the market needs. All right. Please discover on the case study notes as well as the case study discussions with your friends. Right? Here, for chapter 10, I could summarize that this chapter is focusing on the key development for R&D management. It has shown that these changes have significantly over the past few decades. Emphasize traditionally has placed into an important for internal R&D, but now there's also an increase of the external R&D. These present another set of challenges. In particular, when acquire external developed technology, a business must also consider the extent of controls that's required over that particular technology acquirement. The need to provide scientific freedom for R&D personnel that benefits will bring for that particular business must be considered as well. R&D plays an important role for innovation process. Indeed, there is a continuous interaction with R&D throughout the developments of a product. And finally, this chapter considers many ways of research and development funding. The approaches might be different for internal and external strategy that used for the firm. With that, it's all cover chapter 4. Thank you for your attention. Happy learning and exploring. Thank you.